Hi everyone, it's Wednesday, 12th of September 2018. We just missed the 9/11 day, so just want to say I love you all to all of those who are in US and everywhere that got affected by it. So I just thought I'm going to pass my love to you guys. So tonight's event, what to expect. I just wanted to quickly show you how to use Zoom if you're jumping on. So right at the bottom, you can see all the participants. You can also see an option to click on the chat. In case you have questions throughout, you can just drop it in the chat box and one of us can answer your questions straight away. Or if you just want to show us support and love, you can whoop whoop us. Right, so a little bit about myself. My name is Greta and I'm your host tonight, as you can gather. My product story is the juicy beans, the magic beans we call them. They came into my life over a year, maybe like a year and a half ago now. I was at a very low point in my life. I was very stressed, anxious, depressed. I was very agitated, argumentative. Just feeling very, very low. I had lots of skin issues, including eczema. I also suffer from boils, which reduced my self-confidence because I didn't want to expose my legs and basically just always had them covered up. And I also I just decided to spotlight myself just in case you got scared, like, whoa, her face is in my face. So as I said, I suffer from a lot of skin issues, but also the main thing that really blew my mind is that it helped me deal with my constipation issues. And if you know me, you know I love to talk about poo, and I think it's so natural and so beautiful, and I think we should all talk about it more. So since I was little, I've always had issues with constipation. My mom would try to feed me prunes, but as you're a child, it's disgusting. It even looks really slimy and disgusting. So I would try to flush it down the toilet, and then I would panic because they wouldn't flush, and I'm like, oh my God, how do I get rid of it? And we tried everything. I was never a huge drinker, not drinker. You can't really drink that much when you're 7. But I mean, water. I would always boil the kettle, pretend like I'm making tea or something, just so my mom would think that I'm, having a lot of liquids. Hence, also, I was suffering from constipation. And to be honest with you, for the next almost 20 years, I just thought this is normal. Like, we all suffer from something. This is part of who I am. This is my life. Nothing's going to change. Until I met my friend Bella, who's also on this call, and she basically started telling me about these magic beans. So she said my eyelashes grew back, and it helped me with this, and it helped me with that. Now, some of the symptoms that she described to me, I couldn't relate because we have an age gap, although she looks younger than I do. But when she said glowing skin and thick eyelashes, I was like, solved. I'm game. Even if I just get thicker eyelashes, I'm in it. And I actually had amazing results within 2 weeks. It helped me deal with my constipation. I kid you not, I was shitting for the nation. And no, I don't mean diarrhea. I actually mean like solid, great, wonderful poops 3 times a day. I did experience diarrhea when I went vegan for about 3 months. From constipation to diarrhea, it was fantastic. I was in pain on both ends. So magic beans really helped me tackle that issue. Now, a lot of the other symptoms I've noticed as the time passed by, 4 months later, 6 months, 8 months, etc., etc. But the 2 weeks that really blew my mind, I remember just calling up Bella, posting on Facebook, loads of toilet emojis, thinking, and poop emojis, and I was like, oh my God, I can't believe it. And I think for people who don't suffer from IBS or constipation, they don't really understand. But I think if you have ever experienced something like that, the pain, the bloatness, the waking up in the morning, your tummy's bloated, you go into bed, your tummy's bloated, not even that, but also just pain that you feel inside. So that's that. Now, I'm not going to talk too much about myself because we have lots of wonderful people who have lots of amazing stories to tell you. So I'm going to pass it over to our beautiful blue-haired Ivy. She's all the way in US, almost at Australia. Oh my God, sorry. She's going to talk a little bit about the products and the program, and hopefully Ivy can share her product story with us also today.
Thanks, Greta. Yep, not Australia. I'm United States. A little bit kind of close, but anyway, yeah, so I actually was introduced to these magic beans like 5 years ago, and I turned it down. I thought that what I was doing with having a juicer and juicing my own stuff, that I was doing good enough. I didn't realize what I was missing out. So last year, I was introduced to it again, and I was like, okay, fine. Opportunity came around a second time, check it out. Because like Greta, you know, I had IBS issues, but mine was I eat food, and within 20 minutes, I need a bathroom. I drink coffee, within 20 minutes, I need a bathroom. So everywhere I went, I had to be scared what I ate because I had to know where all the bathrooms were on our route. And it was like the 30-minute drive home, I'd have to stop twice because I couldn't even make it home. That's how bad it was. So yeah, and you know, as far as other things, you know, I've got fibromyalgia, I have arthritis, I have depression. So I spent 15 years struggling with different depression medications, and things would either make me worse or zombify me into having no emotions, which I didn't like that either. And, you know, I had fatigue. I was tired all day long, but then I'd go to bed at night and I had insomnia. So everything was just like really bad. And because of my health issues, I couldn't work either. So again, back to these magic beans or juicy beans. My boyfriend calls them power capsules, whatever you call them, they're great. So what are they? We've got Juice Plus, and I'm on my phone, so I've got to do it one hand at a time. Bear with me here. We've got our fruits here, and we've got vegetables, and we've got berries. This is our trio. And what they do for us, I mean, everybody knows that fruits and vegetables are healthy, but what we don't know is, you know, when they're in the store, they're picking them 2, 3, 4 weeks early, and then they're ripening them with gas or chemicals or on a truck. So by the time they get to us, they're not the vine ripened, which has all the nutrients that we need. When they get vine ripened, we get the full nutrients. So what they've done with these fruits, veggies, and berries, and just to show you, here's how big the capsules are. What they've done is they've vine ripened them on third generation farms. They put them all into a blender. They mix them up. They pulverize them into a pulp. They dehydrate them very, very slowly so that everything is, the water is out, the sugar is out, but you get all those nutrients. So everything is just compacted right there for you from 30 fruits, vegetables, and berries. You're getting all that just really easy. You can do that within, you know, however long it takes you to swallow the capsules. But, and if you don't like the capsules, we have chewables, and we've got the fruit chewables, and we've got the veggie chewables. I don't have the berries on hand, but here's what they look like, nice and small. They have all the ingredients of the capsules, but they just are made with a pectin, like tapioca pectin, so they're chewable. And the great thing about that is the children can have these. And what our company has done is children from ages of 4 to 18, with each adult order, they can get the fruits and veggies for free up to 4 years. And if you're in college, you can get that free with the adult order as well. So I don't know any other company that takes care of the children like this one does. You know, it's been 25 years, and we have the largest child health study out there. I think we've helped over 1 million children on this, that they're missing less days at school, they're not sick as often, and so that's just really wonderful that we've gotten that.
as far as, let's see what our other products are here. We've got, this one is our new one, the omegas. And the nice thing about this is it's all plant-based. There's no fish in here at all. And with the fish, they get their omega-3 from the algae that they eat. We've skipped them and we've gone straight to their algae. And above that omega-3, we're getting omega-3, 5, 6, 7, and 9 from the plants that they've put in here. So you're getting more for your brain, more for your joints, which is what omegas are good for. And when I started on just the fruit, veggies, and berries, and because the omegas, they're brand new, so they weren't out when I first started last October. So when the omegas came out and I added them to everything, I was off my depression medication within a month. So, and that was just spectacular for me. And in the 11 months that I've been on this, I've just been gradually losing weight and everything. The nice thing about that is we've got a program that goes with this, and it's called our Juicy Body Transformation Program. It was created by Kira Westwick, who was an Australian MasterChef finalist, and she wanted to create healthy meals for her family. She had a husband and 2 little girls, and she wanted to make sure that people could be, you know, no dieting, no deprivation. So like if you want chocolate, she's got chocolate recipes. She's got 10 cookbooks, hundreds of recipes, and she is a full-time lifetime access with an order. And even if you stop taking the orders afterwards, you still have your full access to this. 24/7 trainers are there. They've got the cookbooks, they've got exercises, everything that you can think of. And that's just, it's really amazing. We have a few other products here real quick. We've got, the fruits, veggies, and berries are our micronutrients. So we have macronutrients in our complete powders, which are protein and a lot more. We've got the vanilla that I just showed you, and we've got chocolate, which my favorite is the chocolate. I actually put frozen strawberries in it, and it tastes like a chocolate-covered strawberry. So that's really great. And if you don't have time to make that up right when you're getting up in the morning, you can grab the single packets to go, and you can just put them in your bottled water, and you've got it to go. And the reason they're called complete is they have a lot of stuff in them. Just to name a little bit here, they've got quinoa, alfalfa, alfalfa sprout, broccoli sprout, radish sprout, amaranth. You know, these are things that I personally buy in the store, and I'm getting all the nutrients from it right here. So it's just amazing. And throwing one of these in with my boyfriend's stuff as he's heading out the door for work, the shakes are his favorite part of this. He looks forward to these every single morning. So that's just great. And if you're not a shake person, we have bars too. We have chocolate bars and cherry bars, which I don't have any on hand because we've eaten them all. They were that good. But yeah, they're the same things as in the powders, and it's just really great. So I think I've covered everything we have. It's just been so wonderful, everything that it's helped me with. There's other people that have their stories too. So we're going to pass you over to Louise, and she's going to tell you what these products have done for her.
Thank you, Ivy. Well, like Ivy has already spoken about our founder, Kira Westwick. I actually watched Kira Westwick on Australian MasterChef, and what I loved about her was her take on clean eating, and I really wanted that for my kids. My youngest, she's now 5.5. She was always getting sick. The first 2 years, within the first actually 9 months of her life, she was in an ambulance twice, 2 hospital stays, IV antibiotics, and numerous other oral antibiotics. And I reached out to Kira in November 2015, but it wasn't until I put through another winter of diarrhoea being sick that I reached out to her again in April 2016, because I thought I can't go through another winter of, you know, my little baby girl being so sick. It was just heartbreaking to watch, and I really am not one for wanting anybody to be on an antibiotic because they're not good for you, you know, in the long term. So Darcy is actually taking the chews. Now my eldest girl, she's 11, and she is part of the Children's Health Study, so she gets her products for free. And then I buy my other 2 children the chews. I've just seen how much they have helped. Now Bindi Lee is very much a bookworm and doesn't like to do any exercise at all. But about 3 months into taking the chews, we would have went away in the caravan a lot, and there's this beautiful lake that we I get them to cycle around, and she's like, wow, my legs aren't sore anymore. So that was a huge thing for her. I have been on the products. We have been on the products for the last just over 2.5 years. Whenever I first got the product as well, I was suffering really badly from adult acne. Now I have a wee bit of a breakout due to the lovely time of the month, but my whole face was covered, and you know, for any of you that are rewatching this, you know, feel free to check my post out on Facebook, and you'll see how bad my face was back then, and how these products have helped humongously. I don't feel self-conscious anymore. I don't put makeup on to cover my face, to cover the spots. I put makeup on to actually make myself feel good. Yeah, but just not to cover the spots. I also work a lot of night shifts, and I usually tend to take, so I'm on the premium capsules, but I tend to take my capsules whenever I'm starting work about 8 o'clock, from 8 to 10 o'clock, and I'll take those because they get me through the night. As you can imagine with 3 children, it's very difficult and in trying to get that bit of sleep. So whenever I'm out on the road, because we drive about 100 miles each night, I look after the elderly in their own homes. So it's very important that I don't fall asleep. So I get a real energy buzz after you know, taking my capsules. My anxiety has reduced a lot since being on the products. It has helped humongously as well with working alongside other girls on this team. It's been a huge thing for me to come on and even tell my story. A year ago, I didn't. So it's really very much recently that you know, I have started you know, speaking out, but I would be a lot more calmer from being on the products. And I am also on the shakes. I take the shakes in a smoothie every morning, and especially at the weekends I work I work at 7 o'clock on a Sunday morning. So I make my shake up on a Saturday so that I'm not waking my husband and my 3 kids up at 6:30 in the morning trying to make a shake. So it's great that you can make these up, you know, and take them, you know, a day or 2 later. They're so easy. And then I'm also on we have bars, and I have run out of mine too, but I take those on my break. So I get a break about 11 o'clock for an hour. So I need something to get me through to 7 o'clock in the morning. So I be on our amazing bars. It's not like bars that you get in the shops that are full of the nasty sugar. I am going to pass you over now to Renata, and she's going to tell us a wee bit about how our company works.
Hey everyone, thanks Louise. It's just so amazing to hear your story and about Darcy Ray, which I don't think I recall I heard what's going on with my favorite girl. It's really interesting because whoever's known me for a long time, they know that for me, I'm all about help. I always want to help people. I always want to help others. Sometimes even I want to help people who don't want my help. So I had to learn all the long way that I help people who ask for help. And when I approached my friend about these amazing magic beans. It was curiosity, because I'm always so curious. And Rachel told me all about it, and I didn't believe a word, because I thought, no, I'm good, I'm healthy, I'm a health coach, I live a healthy life. But it's all about the community, and the community, you can see it here. It's global, all over the world. We've got Ireland, UK. Kirsten, I'm so sorry, I completely forgot again which island you're from. We've got the US. Most of the time we've got Australia, but at least we've got Australians on the call, like Melissa. And it's such a global thing, and the community helps to get together and see what's going on in everyone's life, and how we can help each other. So this lovely lady Rachel, who is from Australia but used to live in the UK, approached me about the business, and showed me about the product, and basically encouraged me to try. And I don't want to go all about a long story, but it's definitely that all the benefits I have is amazing with the energy, with hair and skin. My HPV is gone. I'm not going to go into details. That would be a long story on another day. My son, his health is, his immune system is getting better, and now he's having panic attacks. So he's been taking the omega for the last week, and he's feeling a bit more calmer, and he understands that's the engine in the nervous system. And my mother swears by the omegas. So that's the product which I know it helps me. So I want to help others. And this is all about what we do. As a community, and as on the individual levels, we help others to show what happened to us in our body and in our lives with these amazing magic beans. It's really interesting to see. I work for a corporate company for the last 12 years, which is a huge company, corporation. Do they care about who I am? I don't think so, not really. Would anyone care not to backstab me if we went for the same job? Not really. It happened before. It will happen again. And actually, I know loads of things going to happen, loads of redundancy is going to happen in these big companies. So everyone's going to go for the positions, because everyone wants to keep their jobs, because they think this is the only way to do it. However, when I look at the structure we have, it's just so different. We don't have one on the top and loads on the bottom, like it would be the pyramid. I really thought, I'm not going to start talking about pyramids, because everyone is like, what is the pyramid? This is like, it's definitely a pyramid scheme, and it is not a pyramid scheme. And the only reason I have to start drawing, and you have to put up with my drawing skills, because this is how you can see it. So the company I work for, it's a lovely red pyramid. And I found out that red apparently psychologically is aggression. I didn't know about it. I thought it was all about love. So the pyramid, going back to pyramid, this is the pyramid which everyone believes that all these companies, these multi-level marketing companies are. This is illegal anyway, so it doesn't really apply to us. And the company I work for, as I said, it's a huge global company. Let's not name it, because that's not the most important bit about it, but it's a huge global company. And we've got this structure. Everyone starts at the bottom. And we've got loads of different levels. So I was a coordinator 11 years ago. Then I became a lead, so I went up. And then 3 years ago, I became a supervisor, so now I'm a supervisor. And there are directors, managers, SVPs, EVPs, and on the top we have a lovely CEO called David, and he is on his own on the top, sitting, looking over us and cutting costs and saying goodbye to many people. So coming up from the bottom to the top, I doubt that these 100,000 people are on the bottom can go up to all the CEOs, because there's only one CEO in these companies. And this company structure actually is not just for my company, it's Google and big Microsoft and big corporations as well. So if you want to work for this, because if you believe this is for you, this is the modern slavery and this is when I go for it. You know what? Go for that. I told many of my people in my team, everyone can make a decision. Like I made a decision and these gorgeous ladies made a decision, because if you want to have more, if you have a vision, if you have your dream that you want to achieve something without the backstabbing, with the work what you do and not anyone else, and it's up to you how you're going to be promoted, not up to anyone else, anyone favor, because favoritism in our companies are really big. So if you are really lovely to your manager, you might be jumping up with a promotion, but if you're not your favorite, that might not happen. So in our companies, I have to get new markers because we can't see much. In our companies, the same structure in terms of the bottom, because you start from the bottom and can go up high. However, it's an open rectangle. Everyone can reach the top position, anyone and everyone, and you can go up while helping others. It's up to you. If you just want to go up to this level, you can go up to that level. If you think your dream and your vision is bigger, you can go up higher. If you believe that you're going to rule your own world and you're going to have a mansion and you will want to help 10,000 people every single month, it's up to you as well. Everything is up to you, and you make a decision to reach all these top positions, what you can have within our company structure. And apart from the community, which I believe for me is a huge, really huge drive and really huge support, you have your own drive, your personal growth, which in the last year and a half, I'm not going to start talking about how much I've grown and how much I'm so proud of myself. I'm talking on Zoom, and before I was really tense and I didn't even want to have one single word out of my mouth. So altogether, the personal growth, the community, giving me so much in this structure, in this business, in this mission, that no one can take away from me. And if I want to have more people, I will get more money, bonus. Well, we're gonna hear a little bit about soon, and it's up to me. It's not up to anyone else. If I want promotion, because if I have more people, then I get more. And it's all about us, all about getting together and helping each other. So I'm going to pass it over our gorgeous Christina, who's going to show a little bit more about how we help each other all along the way.
Thanks, gorgeous Renata. Hi, everyone. I hope you're well. So I'm Christina, and I got introduced to these amazing products and the fantastic business by my gorgeous sister, Bella. She is normally on these calls, and she was today, but sadly her phone's died, so she's not on anymore. But hi, Bells, for when you watch it back. So for me, Bells had been telling me about how great they were and how much they'd helped her. She'd been on them for a while, and they literally cured all these symptoms that she'd had for quite a long time, and they were really terrible symptoms that she never thought were going to go, because the doctors couldn't help her, no one could help her. So she'd been in quite a bad way, and that's actually why we call them the magic beans, because it fixed everything. So it was like magic, and she'd always talk about, oh my god, magic beans this and the magic beans that, and she'd tell me all these different things, and I was so happy for her. But I always just looked at it as Belle's thing. I don't know why, but I just didn't think about it for me. But she'd come on to these calls and events and different things, and she'd tell me little bits and bobs, and she'd be like, oh, this happened or that happened. She'd be all excited, and it was lovely, and I could just see her getting healthier and happier all the time. The things that actually hit home for me that she said to me was that actually a lot of people have realised that it's helped them cut down their cravings for crap. And like junk food that I used to love a lot, I do still eat it sometimes, but nowhere like I did before, and it just doesn't seem to taste the same. But I call myself a junkie monkey, because I'd always eat just rubbish. So she was like, it's really helped with that, and I was like, okay, this could be good for me. And a lot of people had said that when they get that 3 or 4 o'clock slump, when they'd always go to the vending machine to get a chocolate or a packet of crisps and things like that, it really helped them with that, because they didn't feel that energy dip anymore, and they didn't have that need for the sugar craving. And for me, that was amazing, because I was always the one that would get a chocolate and a packet of crisps and sometimes maybe a cake, and then God knows what, it would just go on. So I was like, this sounds interesting to me. She then also told me that it really helps with your nails and your hair. And obviously you don't know what my nails were like before, but my nails don't flake. They always flaked my whole life. I tried loads of different things and nothing would work. The lotions, the potions, the, you know, all the healthy things, all the different things you were told to do, and nothing worked. But now my nails have not flaked in about a year, and I have to cut them, which sounds normal, but for me that's very abnormal because I never cut them. They just break on their own, and then I'd file them and be really upset. But yeah, you know, I have to cut my nails and file them, and I get to have lovely long strong nails. My hair is thicker, my skin is better, everything. And then obviously the most important thing was the health benefits. So there's so many nutrients packed into these beautiful capsules. And I'd always actually said my whole life, as much as I like eating fruit and veg, I just said, oh, I wish, you know, you could have like a tablet you could just take with, you know, full of goodness. And voila, the universe heard my prayers, and here it is, these beautiful capsules full of greatness for you. And actually that is why I then started taking them, because I got really, really sick and I couldn't seem to shake this horrible flu that I had, and I finally got over it. But then after that, every 2 weeks I just kept getting sick, and I just couldn't shake it. I started to eat really well, I was sleeping well, I was resting, I was doing everything that I should do, except just everything. But every other week I was just sick, and I was getting really worried, and I hate doctors or normal medication, so I didn't want to go down that route. And I spoke obviously to my gorgeous sister Bells, and I was like, oh my god, you need to get me some of these magic beans, please order them for me. So she did, and I started taking them, and I've taken them every day since. So I got to my 2 week thing, and I was like, oh, and I didn't get ill. All the next week after that, months and months and months, I literally didn't get sick once, which was so amazing and huge for me, because I did used to get sick quite a lot. So yeah, I don't really get ill anymore, and there's, yeah, all this beautiful goodness in these capsules have helped me so much. So this is only a few things that it's done, it's helped with loads more. And as I was taking them, people would ask me, like, what is that? And they'd see them on my desk, or they'd see me taking them, and they'd always ask me what they were. And I'd be like, oh, talk to Bells. You know, put in touch with my sister if you want to know a bit more. Tell them bits, but, you know, whatever I knew, and then say, speak to my sister. So she said to me, Chrissy, why don't you do the business side? And I was like, oh, no, I'm scared. I don't know what I was scared of, but I was just scared. So I was like, oh, no, it's not for me. You do it, you know, like you do it. And she's like, but you're doing it anyway. Because whenever people would ask me questions, I'd talk to them about it, which is actually all you need to do in this business. You just talk to people naturally and organically, just like you would about anything else. So months went on, and every now and again I think, oh, I might, and I'd say, so I might do it. Oh, one day, oh, I'm still scared. I don't know what, but I was scared, even though she told me how amazing everybody was. So one day I had the worst day ever. Everything was just awful with work and everything, and I decided I'm done. Like, I need to change my life. I am over this. I'm done. So I slept on it, and I spoke to Buzz in the morning, and I was like, I'm gonna do it. I'm joining the Magic Beans crew. And she was so excited, and she was screaming, and it was so cute and so lovely. And obviously she's my sister, so she's excited, but it wasn't just Bella. There was people that I didn't know, I'd never met on all these chats that she'd introduced to. Bella doesn't even know them, and everybody was so encouraging and welcoming and lovely. Honestly, it was overwhelming in the most beautiful possible way. It was just so lovely. So from day one I felt, you know, part of the team and encouraged, and it was lovely. So that is the essence of what this business is, and that leads me really nicely on to what I'm going to show you just now, which is what we call the popcorn effect, but also teach to teach. So we call it teach to teach because everybody teaches everybody. So there's lots of people on this call here. Actually, everybody here, most people have nothing to do with my business itself, but they have helped me so much every day, and I'm so grateful to them and for them. And, you know, we talk all the time and we help each other, and we're not even part of the same business. It has no effect on each other, but everybody encourages each other. It's beautiful. And the people that are what you call your upline, you know, within your own team, they'll teach you what they know, and they'll help you, and they literally help you every single step of the way. It's lovely. So that's something that we don't need to worry about. So I guess I was like, that's what I don't really know anything. And she said, it's fine, you don't need to, you know, you learn as you go, and everybody helps you. Also, I'm not huge on social media, and, you know, a lot of people probably think, oh God, you know, well, I don't really know many people, I'm an introvert, or maybe you're both, and you think, okay, no, it's not for me. It sounds great, but it's just not for me because I don't know many people. But actually you don't need to. You really don't need to. You need to know one person, and I'm sure everybody knows one person, or you can get to know one person. So that's what takes me nicely onto my, what we call the popcorn effect. Now, I am the world's worst drawer, so it might not look like popcorn, but this is what I'm trying to do. So I'm going to explain to you our little line of people that we report into. So everybody has their own team, but ours started with a gorgeous couple called Adam and Kira. So at the top we have Adam. So here's our first popcorn. Adam brought on Kira. Kira then brought on Erin. Erin brought on Jordana. I know this isn't looking quite popcorny yet, but I'll get to my popcorns in a minute. So Jordana brought on Tammy. Tammy then brought on Sasha. Now, Sasha is somebody who worked with Bells in the UK and then moved back to Australia. And she was already in Australia at the time, and when Bells was going through all her things, and she saw a post from Sasha, and she got in touch to say, okay, what are these? What is this amazing thing? And that's how it all began. So you don't even need to be in the same country as somebody for this to evolve and become and to be a part of your team. So everybody from this line upwards, these people are all in Australia. They're not even in the UK. And me, Bells, Chris, and the rest of us were in the UK. So Sasha then brought on Bella, who's my lovely sister I've mentioned just once or twice. And then from there, so she brought on me, who's Chris, and I brought on my gorgeous best friend, Lisa. So from here, it just goes to show everybody only really needs to know one person. And then your business and your little team can grow into a big team that way. Now, Adam, from here, he brought on lots more people. Kira has now brought on lots more people, and Erin, and so on. So this is my version of popcorn, so I apologize for my drawing. But this is how it starts, with one person and you grow. So one little corn becomes a whole big, beautiful saucepan of global popcorn, and everybody helps everybody. And that is it. That's how our beautiful business works. One person helps the other, and that's it. And then we grow. So thank you for, and I'm now going to pass over to the gorgeous Jackie.
I'm unmuted, right? You can hear me? Yeah, good. Right. So I'm going to tell you how we paid. But firstly, I just want to reiterate what everybody said from a health point of view. When Chris was just mentioning there that she didn't have the 3 o'clock things, that 3 o'clock dip in your energy, I just realized I haven't had that. I had it last year, so that was one of my last things to go, but I haven't had it for months now, which is awesome. I just didn't even clock, and that's the best thing about taking Juice Plus, is you notice that awesome hit of energy. So within 2 weeks of taking them, from being literally dead on my feet, I mean, my husband said to me, he hadn't spoken to me in 6 weeks because I was just too tired every day, working so hard to actually talk. And so I just literally worked, had my dinner, went to bed. I was just exhausted with menopause and everything. And my job, I was working 12 hours, so that didn't help. And I just felt literally for the first time in my life like my body was about to just fall apart and break into little bits. And it was so distressing because I'd never had that before. I'd always been really strong. I'd always been healthy. I don't remember going to the doctor for 5 or 6 years, unless they told me I had to come in for a checkup. So I was a healthy person, and suddenly I was unhealthy, and things in my body, like I got tendinosis in my arm, which I'd never experienced before. I'd had pulled muscles when I danced 18 hours a week, but I certainly wasn't doing that anymore. Anyway, so long story short, it's the little things. It's the big things I noticed at first, but then the little things, and my tendinosis was almost gone in 2 months. I've always had really paper thin nails, and now I actually find I can't bend them. Plus, I used to have my hair cut every 3 months because I had the slowest growing hair, and I used to boast about the fact that I didn't have to pay the hairdresser to cut my hair all the time, because now I have to see the hairdresser every 8 weeks. I mean, she loves me. I'm keeping her in business again, I tell you what. So that was the one thing. And it was all those benefits. But what I didn't really realize either was I'd never thought of getting out of my traditional job. But suddenly when I was, and I'd been offered many opportunities before to sell stuff, and I just went, no, not for me. I don't sell. I don't want to sell. That's not who I am. I can't be doing that. So I said, I'm not doing it. No. And I said no to a lot of opportunities. But the day that my friend Bella, because I'm Bella's my upline as well, said to me, you know, I said to her once again, oh, somebody has said to me, I'd love them. So I was like, oh, I'll tell Bella about it. She said to me, well, why don't you just do it? She said, what's the worst that can happen? The investment is £50. £50 investment for a website, for the fact that you don't have to buy any stock. You just simply order for your customers on the website, and you can help hundreds of people. And I was like, the one thing we all have in common, which I think on this call and certainly within our little team, is we have an incessant need to want to help other people, whether it's with their wealth or with their health. And I never thought I would be a person that would take on my own business. I always said, I don't want sleepless nights. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. I don't want to. It scares the life out of me. But the day she said to me, have a look at this business, and I got on one of these calls, and it was the one thing that changed my being dramatically. Because as Renata said, it's not about just the money that you get from this business. It's the satisfaction of helping somebody in this purely negative world where people in customer service just whinge every day. You have this positive side where people are just loving life. And I feel like a much more positive person. I feel much more fulfilled in my day and in my being. And I feel that love from women, which I never used to have a lot of female friends, because they used to think, oh, no, don't do bitchiness. And at work, I even liked a male boss because I thought, well, I don't like bitchiness. But that's not the case here. We are all very supportive of each other. And so when I entered the business, what I loved was this. So I'm going to tell you a little bit how we get paid, because hands up anybody who gets a bonus in their business on a monthly to 2 monthly basis. Okay. Hands up anybody who gets their basic plus commission plus a bonus. Because I don't know another company that pays you 3 ways. So I'm going to just tell you a little bit. So when you enter our business, there's 3 ways to get paid. Is this backwards, by the way? No? Okay. So when you enter the business from day 1, even before you start earning anything, you start as what we call a dealer or a distributor. We like to call you a distributor. But you start, and you get, from day 1, you get your retail money back. So whatever you purchase for yourself or for your customers, you get your retail back. And then from that certain stage, and as you go up the ladder, you actually, and as Renata said, the one thing that's important to remember is anybody can achieve the ladder. I, in my job, have been in my job for 20 years. Yes, I've turned down supervisor's position. I didn't want to be doing that. I didn't want people moaning at me from the top and moaning at me from the bottom. I just wasn't interested. But I haven't gone much further in my job. And because I don't have a degree, I can't get to the job I really, really, really would love to do. So without those things, in this job, you do not need any qualifications. All you need is the will, a passion to want to help people, and a passion to get to where you're going. And that is it. That's the only qualifications you need, is hard work and passion. And that's it. So you earn commission. And then we have what we call the B, which is bonuses, or what we like to call beach money. So I'm going to tell you a bit about the bonuses, because the commission's a bit more complicated than that. So what our company does is you start as a distributor or a dealer, as I said, and you only need to have 4 customers to make it to your next level. That's not hard. It's not hard. It's not rocket science, right? And then as you go up the ladder, your 3rd promotion, Juice Plus love to just pay you just beach money. So if you make your first promotion, it's what we call as as a senior direct distributor, and you earn £300. So Juice Plus pays you commission, plays your retail, and gives you £300 smackaroonies. Right. And what Juice Plus also like to do is they have this very big habit of doubling and tripling things. So if you then hop to the next level, you get a lovely bonus of £900. Now, just to put this in perspective, for me to get £900 commission in my traditional business that I do, and I earn commission every month if I want to, I need to work a minimum of 8 to 10 hours a day. And I always have the risk that this can be taken away from me. So if my customer cancels or anything, I have the risk. Once you're paid this money, this is your money. It's in the bank. Juice Plus doesn't take it back from you. That's your money. And then if you go a little bit further up the ladder and you want to move up a bit and you work, you get £1,800, and so on and so forth. But just to tell you, we have a few different levels in between that. But our pinnacle level in the UK, certainly in other countries, is a bit different. But our pinnacle level in the UK is called Presidential Marketing Director, which I absolutely love. So you have National Marketing Director, you have a Senior Sales Coordinator, you have a few going up, and then you get to Presidential Marketing Director. And a PMD, as we call it, they are the top leaders, and anybody can become that top leader. The one girl that got to this was just 21 when she did it, and she started with a Facebook page with one person on it. So there is no way this is difficult. It just is how much you want to put into it to get where you want to. And their bonus alone is £28,800, which is just staggering when you think that this is actually just the bonus. This is not this person's wage, not their commission, and not their retail. This is their bonus. Now, just to put in perspective for all you people over the world, 28,800 is the average salary in the UK per year. So that puts in perspective for you how much money this is in your bank account. This is, for a lot of people, a deposit on a house. It's a life-changing amount of money. So all there's left to say is that I've been doing the business since May last year. So I've just had my anniversary and a little bit in. And my life and my perspective on life has changed so much that even if I never made any money, for me, all I've ever invested is £50 of my time. And I have got so much out of helping people and loving on people and loving on the people within my industry. So if that resonates with any of you that are watching this back, or if you are thinking of entering the business, it is singly at 49 years old, singly the best decision I've ever made in my life. So I'm going to pass on to the lovely Mel, because she's going to tell you all about her business story.
Cool. Thank you, lovely lady. So I came across the products almost 2 years ago, and it really changed my life. I started with the Shred, and I was at that point where I was nearly 45, 2 kids under 3, and I guess life was pretty hard. I was just one of those zombie mums that I'd lost my identity. I wasn't looking after myself. I was, really tired, and I was a bit of a mess. Anyway, got on the products and the program, and almost immediately, I totally changed. I was up, going for 5 a.m. walks instead of normally, dragging myself out of bed to have coffee and toast, and be a bit scared about what the day was to bring. I had a 2-year-old and a 3-year-old, so it was pretty hard. Anyway, so it totally changed me. Products totally changed my family's life as well, especially my son, who had a big operation and lost a lot of weight, and The complete shakes were totally amazing for him, just building, his immune system back up. And the chews, my daughter, she's a bit of a picky eater right now, so getting the chews into them every day before they go to school, if I can't get something green into her that day, at least I know she's getting it in the form of a chew, which has got kale and, beetroot and garlic. So yeah, it's just peace of mind, really. So I guess the business really made sense to me because I really, really believe in the product. And, I love helping people with their health, and, it's also helping people with their wealth. As a mum, I think it's very daunting thinking about going back to work and all you want to do is look after your kids. So my little girls just started school this week, and my son, he's a year older, and to find work around them is very difficult. I want to take them to school. I want to, pick them up from school. I want to see their little faces when I go get them. I want to go to school carnivals. And, if I went back into my traditional corporate job, then, it definitely wouldn't be possible. I've done, listening to Louise about how she works night shift. I've done that before, and it might have been totally different if I'd known about the product, because I think Isla must have been, she's like 8 months old, and I would be getting up at 3 a.m, breastfeeding her while she was sleeping, racing into town for 4 o'clock, working till 8 a.m, quickly driving home to hand over the car to my husband, who would then go to work, while I then had the whole day ahead to look after a 2 and 3-year-old. And that's not fun. If I'd known about the products back then, because I know how amazing they are for breastfeeding, through pregnancy, all that sort of stuff. And for the next day, like if I'd come home and had a shake or something, it would have been absolutely fantastic. But it's very, very hard to find something that fits around your kids, and this is perfect because it offers flexibility, and it's you can work from wherever you are. I could be waiting to pick up the kids and I could do a phone call in the car. It just offers flexibility, and also I've just moved over from Australia. I've got this amazing juicy community here as well, so that it's brilliant. So that's my story. But perfect job for absolutely anyone who wants to really live their life to the full. I think everyone's got a choice how they should live their life, and just shouldn't be a slave to the system and working for other people when you could be working for yourself. And like Renata said, there's a lot of self-growth as well, but it's changed my life as well. It's brilliant. So I think I'm going to pass over to Dee Dee to wrap it up.
Ooh, thank you, baby, so much. I want to thank everybody. I want to thank everybody who spoke today. It takes, I'm not going to say for everybody. Some people are just, naturally outspoken people, friendly and all this kind of stuff. But I'm here to tell you, most of us, if you heard, are not that. We're not that, I'll say, but we are that now. And that's because we're allowed to be, So, well, anyway, let me tell you a bit just about myself, so this will make a little sense. I know we can notice that I'm missing most of my teeth, maybe, and like me before, but my face structure has even changed and whatnot. And I point this out so that you can understand what I'm about to say. Juice Plus came into my life about a year ago. A year ago, when I very first got on one of these calls to find out what it was about and stuff, it was from my bed in the dark under the cover. I have multiple disabilities. My biggest is Crohn's colitis. I have no colon now. I suffered migraines 3 to 4 days a week. Everything was just terrible. If you can dream it, my body literally conceived it. It was really awful. And so, I just thought that was it. The doctors sent me home and they were like, we did everything we can do. Here's a bunch of medicine. Go home and live your life. And so when a friend came to me and he was like, really, what do you have to lose? And he asked me, what if? I'm like, dude, oh my God, I want to hear one more what if. You know what I mean? And he was like, really? I know we've been here because I've known him for 20 years. And that's what he had to bring to me. I've known you for 20 years. I'm not some website somebody dug up in Google. I'm not some person who just read your page and is like, oh my gosh, try this, try that. He's like, I love you. And I'm telling you what I've experienced, what's happened to me. And I'm asking you just what if this could be the thing to help you? So, okay, we did that. And guess what? It was the thing to help me. So I am not anyone special. I am just a person who took a chance. And that's all that you're being asked to do right now. If somebody brought you here today or sent you this recording, they're just saying, babe, I love you. Check this out. That's it. There's no commitment to be here. You didn't pay to be here. You're just taking 20, 30 minutes of your time to watch this. That's all you're doing. And let's just say, okay, you're like me. I'm like, I've tried some stuff too and ended up in the hospital. Like I said, I got a lot of problems. So you're like, okay, what if this doesn't work out? Or what if, my kid has an allergy to this, that, and the other? There's a 30-day money-back guarantee. If there is an allergy or something, you can send that back. But here's the best part about this. It's 4 months, people. 4-month commitment. Okay, so you spent how long working on what you've been working on? I spent a lifetime. I was born sick. I've tried everything. So 4 months. Hell yeah. So I was like, yeah, 4 months and then I can cancel. I owe you nothing after this 4 months. But guess what? In 2 weeks, my life started changing. 2 weeks. And I would love to say, that I'm not typical or whatever, but you can hear here. Food heals. That's just the way it is. We can't tell what it's going to do for you because every body is different, for me, none of the medications work. I know everybody sees a commercial and it's like, hey, take this shot and your Crohn's will be cured. No, that's just not the way it is. We're all different. I took all that stuff and almost died. And now I have no colon. So anyway, I just wanted you to know, this is for real. And if you just think about it, it makes sense. It's just fruit and vegetable. Oh, and the other thing I used to ask myself, well, if there was a cure for all or so great, wouldn't there be a TV commercial for it? Oh, so let's think about the commercials we see in the U.S., right? They give you this little great stuff and somebody's skipping through the park and all this. And then while they're showing all this, what do they say about the medication? My medication that took out my teeth and my hair, the first thing it said on the bottle was may cause cancer. This was the medicine to save my life, may cause cancer. And you're talking to a person whose husband is a cancer survivor. My brother has stage 4 brain cancer. And my niece, who is 17, is on her second battle with stage 3. So you know what I'm saying? Try some fruits and vegetables, you got it. And, it will do something for you. What it will do is an individual thing. So we're not saying, I won't grow back a colon, but I'm here talking to you. And this is only possible because of Juice Plus. And then, so of course, I jumped in business. I'm going to be on it for life, right? So he's like, all you got to do is register your franchise and then you'll get a little bit back. And which I need all the bit back because, again, I'm disabled. I can't work. My husband had cancer. I have kids. At the time, they were teens. So, of course, I'm going to do this. It was the best decision ever because I was so worried. My son was a senior in high school. But if you're a college student, also undergrad, you still get it for free. So guess what? Chick is getting it for free, you know? And I know we talked about bars earlier, but I just wanted to rub this in. I steal their bars all the time. I steal them all the time because these are their snacks for school, you know, to throw in their bag or whatever. But I'm still disabled and I'm still sick. This is my treat to be here with my UK team and across the world today. So there are times when I just can't move, you know, and stuff, but I grab a bar and I'm still good to go. You know, so anyway, the business does that for me. It allows me to continue to feel like I'm helping my family in some way. I could never contribute again. I cannot work a traditional job again. And let's say even if I could, you know, let's say for some reason I felt better and I could go get some traditional job. Why? Even if I'm going to go work for somebody else again, we're taught to work, you know, go to work for 40 years for somebody else and then retire, right, at 60 or something, and then they change the date. So now it's like 75, you know? So I'm going to go back to a traditional job to get no bonus and just work every day, you know, for what? Go to work for yourself, you know, even if it's just you're somebody who's here, just want a side hustle. Everybody has a side hustle. This is a kick-ass side hustle. You know, even if you're just going to be doing it part-time, what else offers you this? You know, and if you're going to go all in, especially for somebody like me in the United States, we don't have free health care. This job offers you benefits beyond belief. I'll have health, I'll have dental, you know, so I can't see a downside to this because it's 30 minutes of your time being here. Let's say you want to go ahead and give it a try. Give it a try. $50 US, 50 pounds UK for the year. That's your commitment. Doesn't work out? Okay, I'm out. That's it. You know, so I really urge you, think about, ask yourself, what if? What if you would have did this as Ivy was approached 5 years ago? How much better would you be feeling? You know, what if somebody had approached you on the business side and you did this 5 years ago? How would you be living right now? You know, everybody's dream is not to just be rich and live in a mansion. That's true. You know, your dream is specific to you. But my dream at this point, I am 53 years old. I would just like to live some life. That's it. And this job will allow me to do that. It gives me the health. It gives me the freedom, you know, and now I have the money. So just ask yourself, what if you went on and took this chance? It's a 4-month commitment if you're trying to products. It's just 1 year of your life if you're trying business. Whoever brought you here cares about you because they didn't have to. They didn't have to. So if you're watching this recording or if you're here live, you know, get back to whoever brought you here and get your questions answered. And if you have any doubt, because I know they also mentioned, you know, people think it's a scam and kind of thing. My Facebook is public. It's Line Black, one word. It's a lot of people here who are public. You see our names when we were talking. Just go look it up. Go put it in there and look and see. You can go back. I've been here 10 years. Go back and see. Just, we're real people. You see pictures of our kids, everything that's happening, everything that's going on. We don't get paid for you to be here on this call. We don't get paid for you to just join this company. It's not that kind of deal. You know, so there's no reason for anybody here to go through that, you know, and just to get you to sign something. It's not a referral kind of thing. So ask yourself, what if? What if? That's what you need to do today. Just look in the mirror and ask the first person that shows up, what if? All right, we'll see y'all next week. We're here every single week, every Wednesday, same time. And again, if you're watching this back, I would love to see you live and invite a friend. You know, I would urge you to do that. If maybe if it isn't for you, it's not, you know, bring somebody you care about, because you cannot tell me that this is not a great opportunity for somebody that you know.